Okay, so this video is going to be a solo Crota speedrun tutorial guide type deal thing. I've been trying to figure out a lot of different ways to film this video, and frankly, everything I try seems to be way too much of a pain in the ass. So I'm just going to have my footage back here of my most recent run, the 34, and I'm kind of just going to go through it, explain what I'm doing, explain what's going on, and hopefully give a bit more insight on the workings of this solo, because I see a lot of people who want to run it, or they just don't know what to do, and so hopefully this will help give some clarity on that. Anyway, I'm just gonna start this up. The main things you're gonna have to have is the boo emote, um, the memory of Radagast, so the artifact for sword ammo, and raise later, or yeah, raise later ideally. Anyway, when you load in, you want to be on catapult so you can get to the plate faster. Just because catapult is a faster jump, but it sucks for general jumping. So you want to switch to increase control. I like to stand at about this spot, and then you're going to wait for this audio cue. I'm just going to turn this up so you can hear. And if you missed that, I'll play it again. But it is that little high-pitched ding and the low boom. It's this noise. And so once you hear that, you can garrison forward and start your skate. I'm just going to pause this here. Quickly rewind. And as you fall into the hole, you're going to want to look to the left and stare just about here. It's kind of hard to see because the screen's so messed up, but yeah, you want to look just about there. And as you fall down, the reason why I always hover over my sword is to make sure I have double scabbard on, which is the top perks. That just gives you more sword ammo. And as you fall, as soon as you see, here, I'll try to pause it on the, as soon as you see this little logo pop up here, you're going to want to garrison forward and then just spam your button, spam your jump button to try and hit a triple burst. So in this, I hit a triple burst and then I start my sword combo. The thing with the sword fly, if you manage to hit a triple burst, you're going to do 5 of these sword combos. So the light, heavy, light, heavy, light, heavy. So you're going to do 5 of those and then start turning to the right. If you don't hit a triple burst and you just garrison without your jump, you're going to do 6 combos and then start turning to the right. So I'll rewind just a tiny bit more. As you can see in this, I garrison, hit triple burst, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then I start turning on number 6. And then by your 8th swing, if you hit a triple burst, you should be looking at the plate. Let's get past all this. There's a few different things you can do here. You can either try to hit the rock bounce, which is like down here, or just go straight to plate. I find going straight to plate is more consistent. Rock bounce, I think overall can be faster, but I just don't want to do it. So anyway, once you hit plate, I like to dupe my sword ammo, so that's why you swap to those bottom 2 perks, PDR, and I'll have a link on how to PDR in the description. And then while you're dead, you swap back to the top 2 perks, respawn, and then I swap emotes. This is also to get rid of the times 20 weight of darkness. So the PDR is necessary, but the sword duping or the ammo duping isn't 100% necessary. Once you jump up here, you're going to want to swap to Bellicose and kill any cursed thrall that come up, as well as try to kill the ogre if you can. Once you get a decent amount of thrall, throw your nade. And here's the big thing that a lot of people seem to not catch, is that as soon as you throw your nade, you want to back up a little bit, as you can see I do there. And basically what this does is you'll notice these thralls start running away. And all it's doing is just making all the ads like de-aggro from you for a brief second, so you have more time to jump up onto the rock there. Kill the second ogre if you can. Make sure there's not any thrall at the end of the bridge like that guy. Jump up onto the lamp and hit power slide. I'll have a power slide tutorial down in the description if you don't know how to do it. Okay, quick momentary cutaway. I just wanted to actually talk a bit more about the Bellicose slide, because it's not necessarily complicated, but I just wanted to actually explain how it's done. So your weight of darkness is going to slowly go down here in the corner. And as soon as it's just about to disappear, you're going to want to double jump onto this lamp. Make sure you're looking down so you don't overshoot the lamp or undershoot it, so you can actually see where you're landing. As soon as you land, you want to go swap to Fellwinter, double jump, and as soon as you see your supercharge, like the text, fully pop up, slide and aim right for this part of the bridge. If you aim here, you'll hit this lip, and it can just kill you instantly or like send you flying somewhere in the corner. So you want to aim a little bit further out. As soon as you slide, here, can I play this in slow-mo? No, I can't. Okay. As soon as you slide, the second you hit the ground, you're gonna just hit a single jump and then scope in with your primary. And if you don't know what Bellicose does, basically it makes it that when you scope in with any weapon, while you're in the air, it keeps you floating. So that carries your momentum across the bridge. As soon as you get to about, you see there where I pull out my sword, the reason why is because you want to pull out your sword a bit earlier. So the second you hit the ground, you can double jump, and hopefully it'll be able to carry you all the way over here before you get Weight of Darkness back. But yeah, so that's the actual explanation about Bellicose Slide. The reason why I wait as well before running in is that if you hit your slide and you end up being right at like the white light before, I'd say like when you maybe have like 8 to 9 seconds left before you hit black screen, a lot of the times you can soft lock the game, which basically it'll just stop forming bridge and you'll just have to orbit. So that's why I normally wait until I have like 4 or 5 seconds left, and then I'll walk forward into the light. But test that just by yourself, figure out what works. Anyway, once this is over, we get to bridge. Okay, so for bridge, there's a few different ways you can do it. There's one where you only slide on 4th sword, which I'll kind of explain, but I'm not going to show here. I'm going to show a double slide method where you slide on both 3rd and 4th. There's a few different ways you can do it. I'll have a link in the description to Overwall and his version of it, his strat for doing 2 slides. I don't really know if, I think his might be a little bit better, but I find this one is more consistent. Anyway, as soon as you load into bridge, you're going to want to garrison and hit your bursts to that rock there, jump, start plate, and then hopefully you'll have enough sword ammo to kill the sword bearer here. And when you pick up sword, the thing to note here is that if you try, just back this up a little bit, if you try going down middle and going for a backsley, you're most likely going to get hit by some thrall. So this little side path here, I don't know who first came up with it. I saw it from Overwall, so I'm going to credit him for it. But anyway, you're going to skate over like this, and sometimes you'll bounce off the little box there and double jump. But anyway, you want to make it over in whatever way is best for you. Kill Gatekeeper. And what I do here normally is I'll run standabout in the middle, wait 3 or 4 seconds, and then I'll PDR. The reason for this being is that when you PDR, and I missed it there, but when you PDR, you need to respawn when there's ads around you. Otherwise, you'll respawn on the same side, and you won't get teleported back to this side. You'll respawn over here. I don't know the reasoning behind this, but that's why I wait a few seconds to make sure the ads actually come to me, so when I'm dead and I respawn, they'll actually be close enough for it to put me back on the first side. Here, I don't have time to kill these thrall. Hopefully, you'll be able to. So I just throw a nade. You want to kill this next guy. And now middle should be cleared, so you can just do a regular backsley across. You don't have to do a backsley. It's the fastest way, obviously, but you can still go up to the pillar on the right side if you need to do that. And so this is my strat here is I kill the boomer there. Normally I'd have a shotgun on and I'll just shotgun him so I don't waste sword ammo. But in this case, I wasn't able to switch to my shotgun because I missed my first PDR, so I just had to swipe him, the sword. Anyway, yeah, and then here, PDR back. And the reason for killing that guy is so you have enough super to slide on 3rd. And so as you see here, I'll go and kill some of these mid ads to make sure they're not going to get in my way on the slide. And I will have a slide tutorial down in the description as well if you don't know how to do that. So setup, slide, and then as soon as I get the kill here, you PDR immediately, swap to the emote, and then I run over to left side just because there's normally a decent amount of ads. Shoot to get them to aggro to you. Swap to Thagamizers, and the thing with that is and then you see that insta gets super. So with the Thagamizers, you have to have max intellect, and you have to have, I think it's amplify, or actually it might be discharge on your striker build. And if you Thagamizer at least 5 thrall, you'll just insta get super. And so that's what I do there. Excuse me. And then run back up. Normally the thrall will come down from that side, and I think here I throw a nade. Yeah, and you can see they're on my radar now. If you don't throw that nade, they will get in your way, and you will swipe into them and miss a slide. So that nade's really necessary. And here, slide again. And this was a really slow slide, unfortunately, but made it nonetheless. And then, yeah, kill Gatekeeper, PDR back, swap to Galahorn and Bubble, pop a synth, and then hit a backslay at the end. It's all pretty normal stuff. Oops, skipped too far. Okay, as soon as you kill this last Gatekeeper, I like to kill the Boomer immediately and the Acolytes if possible. The reason for this is because I believe there's a max ad count, and when the Boomers and Acolytes are up, some of the Knights don't spawn as early, and that can make the whole segment slower. The reason for these next couple clips here, so you jump up and back clip here, and the reason for doing this is that there's a checkpoint right here. So you need to pass this threshold to start the Thrallway encounter, but if you pass it earlier on, it'll just register that you've already gone through there. So that's why you have to do these clips. And by the way, for that side clip through the door, it's a bit of late timing. It's not as early as a normal side clip. But again, just something to play around with and figure out on your own. Then here, as soon as you get your spike nades, throw them on either side of the wall, either on this one or this one. And Night Party's pretty straightforward. Pick up sword, jump up, slam the Knights, jump up, slam the Knights, jump up, slam the Knights. It's one of those things that you just have to keep doing. You'll die to Night Party a bunch in the beginning, but eventually you'll just get better and better at it. Yeah, and then once blues come out, I like to try and stack them all like in a group, so then I can just kill them all at once. Sometimes they'll start like running up the stairs here. If they do, just follow them and slay them like around here. Anyway, as soon as you kill all the blues, you can run up and do the backflip through here. And this skate sometimes can be a little bit interesting. Sometimes you'll fall down. And so again, this stuff you just need to practice. Make sure your shotgun's reloaded. Make sure Galahorn's reloaded. And so that right there, what you're doing is you're hitting the checkpoint to say that you've finished the Thrallway, and that's why you'll hear the Shriekers blow up in a second. And so, actually, I don't even know if my desktop audio is going to catch that, but the Shriekers blow up there. And then you're going to come over here and side clip. And there's a couple different ways you can do this. You can either shoot a Galahorn at the Shrieker and then use your primary, or do what I do here, shoot a Galahorn and then throw a Spike Nade at the ground. Thing to note, the Spike Nade will sometimes despawn before the Shrieker actually dies. If that happens, you just have to shoot it with your primary a couple times. Your primary has to be explosive rounds for it to do any damage to the Shrieker. Anyway, and then you garrison over. Shoot these guys at least once. If you don't shoot them, the encounter doesn't start. And then 2 Galahorns on the next Shrieker. And Deathsinger can sometimes be a pain in the ass. So ideally, you shoot 2 Galahorns and you come over and then just shotgun. That was super lucky there. The thing with Deathsinger, sometimes she'll run around the rock and start running away from you. It's really annoying, and a lot of it is just RNG. So that's something that sometimes she'll just start running away from you, and that can kill a run. Ideally, a full auto final round stolen will is the best for this, just because it has a super fast fire rate, so you can get the kill really quick. But anyway, now for Crota. There's a couple different ways you can do this. I just do the Gallahorn strat. There is also a way to do it with Dragon's Breath, though I don't know if it's faster, and even if it is, it's much less consistent. Thing here, you get Force Barrier, so you don't immediately die when you run out, and you want to wait until you see that big either screen shake or just before that screen shake. That's when you can run out the door. If you run out earlier, you can soft lock the encounter, and it just won't work. So anyway, you run out. I kill this boomer and then throw a nade on the ground just because sometimes those ads will get in the way. If you're using Found Verdict, don't reload all the way. Reload to 3 rounds and just make sure you hit all those 3 because then Sword Bearer will die quicker. Kill Sword Bearer. And then run over. And here there's a few different spots. You could either pop a bubble on the rock like I do here, or you can pop a bubble right here where I'm standing right now. It's preference. I personally like the rock more, but to each their own. Here, you want to shoot a Gallahorn. And basically, sometimes all your wolf packs will just like go into one shot and you'll just immediately down him the second you shoot your Gallahorn. It sucks when that happens, but sometimes that's just the way it goes. Or sometimes you just won't down him at all. And so both of those scenarios kind of suck. Ideally, you get this, you shoot it, and the wolf pack rounds take him down. Run in and do whatever combo really. I'll normally try to do slam, swipe, slam, swipe, slam. Just because it's not really worth going for anything else because it's going to be a 2 down anyway. And then I run back to the weapons bubble. Ideally, he doesn't come up and slam you in the head. And then you just jump back up, shoot your second Gallahorn, and finish off the combo. And there you go. And so I'm going to look back through the footage and make sure that I didn't give any other huge misinformation or miss anything critical. But I think this about covers it. If there's any questions that you have or anything that I didn't cover that I should make a follow-up video on, let me know. And yeah, hopefully this helps anyone who's been wanting to run this. And we'll get some more people trying to go for this because I'm very excited to see how low this time can get. Anyway, thank you for watching.